Turn and bounce again. There's a big appeal. There's confident shout from the keeper.
Well, from the body language of the Bangladesh A players, they think they've got their man. Batter seems to be relaxed enough. This is worth a look, but he has beaten all ends up. Just going forward, committed to that, the ball spinning away. Go through the protocol, see if it's a legal delivery. Faisal Afridi.
Yeah, he's all right. Nicely tossed up. Bit of turn for him. Rakibul. And beats the batter, all ends up. It'll come down to the timing of the whipping of the bails. Was the foot in the air?
Look at the shadow. Now, is the bail off? Is there a bit of a gap between that foot and that shadow on the ground? This is touch and go. This is very close.
It looks nip and tuck. Was the foot in the air when the bails were whipped off? That's good work this from Akbar Ali. He's taken a very good catch. And he's also whipped the bails off in a flash. Has he timed it right?
It seems the bail's just off there. And yeah, just there. The bail, he's got the bails on. Are they completely off the groove? That is the question. That's what they've got to decide. Tough job for the third umpire.
Afridi is the third umpire. He's got to be absolutely convinced before he can give his verdict. He's got to be absolutely convinced. The umpire Afridi. It won't be long before he gives his verdict.
Taking a bit of time. He's getting the two angles. We'll just let him decide, WB. Not going to make an impression.
Faisal Afridi is ready with his decision. And generally, when the third umpire takes a long time, it will be ruled in favor of the batter.
He has pressed the red button, and the Bangladeshi players feel that it is out, but there's a bit of confusion in the middle. The decision has he pressed the wrong button? Now it's gone back to green. Oh, that's going to hurt the happy bunch of Bangladesh A players who thought they had their man.
Now it's up to the on-field umpires to once again get a clarification from the TV umpire, because both the lights have been pressed there. First was the red, then was the green. So to alleviate any confusion, it's imperative that the umpires have a chat and get the clarification. This is the replay of what happened. The third umpire had a good long look, and many looks in fact, before he decided the batter was not out. The benefit of doubt in these close calls, they normally go to the batter.
Yeah, the longer you take, it seems to go their way, but I tell you what, the batter can consider himself pretty fortunate there. Just one frame to decide that.
Jones survives, but he's not having a smooth passage out there. He's being tested here. The left arm spinner asking him probing questions. He's beaten him and almost brought about his downfall, but he survives because of the benefit of doubt went in his favor, and he's batting on 9. He's played 19 deliveries already.
And in this momentum which was gathered, I think momentum was with Bangladesh A, and suddenly they felt they had the man. The initial thoughts was elation when they saw the red light, then suddenly they'd be disheartened, to say the least, with the reversal of that decision.
You're a calm man, Shamim. There's a hint of disappointment coming through your voice now.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Well, it seemed to be on the verge. I mean, we thought it was going to be a tough decision, WV, didn't we? But that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. So we carry on.
Stay calm, carry on, is what is the doctor ordering here for the Bangladeshi A side. End of the over, they pick up a single, and Jose will retain the strike. India A 48 for 1.
Shabas, side way. Notice, guys, notice. Take him twice, boy.
48 for 1. There's a whole lot of stuff that's happening in this match already.
Take him twice, boy.
Semi-final between India A and Bangladesh A.
No.
Wicket going down for India. Their prolific scorer of the tournament, Sai Sudarshan, back in the heart. Jones barely surviving at the skin of his teeth, and that was a close call for a stumping appeal that the Bangladesh A bowlers thought, the bowler and the wicketkeeper and the team thought had gone their way.
Shabas, side by.
Only to be turned down. And that too after much drama. Take a look at that opportunity again. It's drawn forward in a spot of bother. And this is not the first time that it's happened to Jones in this tournament. Remember the game against Pakistan A, where the left armer had him reaching for the ball, and he was in a spot of bother there, and again there was a close stumping call. So he was in trouble there as well. Remember, made a 53 all right in that game against Pakistan A, but was troubled by the left armer. Meanwhile, the 50 comes up for India with that single in the 15th over.
Good bowling,
That's more reassured. Getting to the pitch of the ball. Vinay, your thoughts on that stumping opportunity that Bangladesh thought should have gone their way?
Yeah, there were a lot of confusion was there from the third umpire decision. But Bangladesh, the way they celebrated when the red light came in. Later, when the red turned into green, you can see that disappointment on the faces. But talking about Jones, the way he is committing, while committing the defense, he's losing his balance. That's where he's getting. He's giving an opportunity for bowler or a wicketkeeper to get him out in that fashion.
4 runs in that over, 15 gone, it's 52 for 1.
Brilliantly punched.
Another boundary here.
Oh, he's gone again. Very, very well played. That's gone. Hold him. Hammers that. It's in the gap.
Got a big 100. An unbeaten 108 in that first match itself against the UAE A side, which India A won in this competition.
Good, Rakib.
And after that, there's not a lot of batting that's been tested in this India A lineup. They'll get at least one. They should come back for the second. Yes, pressing for that second run. And he'll get there easily. Now, Dhruv Jurel, I remember, came in to bat early, just trying to get a little more batting for the other players. Yash Dole held himself back a couple of matches ago. That's the captain of the India side who's slated to come in next. There's Rayan Parag there, there's Nishant Sindhu, and there's Dhruv Jurel to come after that as well. So India A do bat deep. And don't forget, Rajvardhan Hangargekar can bat a fair bit.
Manav Sutar,
Good bowling.
Rana, they both can also bat. Till now in this tournament. Oh, ball kept low there. So lucky Abhishek Sharma that the ball didn't go towards the wicket.
Yes, was not on the stump line. And that's what saved the batter. By signaled by the umpire. And if the bounce is going to be variable like this, I dare say the Indian spinners are going to be interested.
Abhishek Sharma, if you notice that footwork.
Oh, he's answered that with a big shot and he will get maximum. And that is the first six that we've seen in the India A innings.
Rakib, no worries, Rakib, take it easy.
He said to himself, enough is enough. Let's play some aggressive shot here. Beautifully played that slog sweep.
Take it easy,
Dispatch to six here. Abhishek Sharma, being an experienced batsman, is taking on nicely here.
Good bowling, Rakib.
And that's clever batting. Defends the next delivery, 16 gone. It's 62 for 1.
Boys. Naeem. Report sharp.
5 bowlers used so far by the Bangladesh A skipper, Saif Hassan, who's bowled 3 overs himself.
It's okay, Saif bhai, bhalo ball.
And there's been a predominance of spin. That's what we've seen. Those 3 overs from Aripon Mondal, Tanzim bowling 3 as well. So 6 overs of pace, and we're into the 17th over. So it's predominantly been spin. Right from ball 1, remember, of this innings, we saw an off-spinner operate.
No, Jack. No, it's bhai, etate panic koro na keu. Bhalo wicket, etate panic koro na keu.
By seeing the ploy of Bangladesh bowlers, one end, they're going to operate from spin.
Oh, that's going to be close. Well, the bowler pleading there with the umpire, who just seemed to indicate that the ball was sliding down the leg side. Saif Hassan was pretty convinced initially, thought the umpire would give the decision in his favour. And then, where did it strike the batter? Around middle and leg.
It will be missing leg stump for sure. That is the reason umpire took his own time and said not out.
Oh, look at the body language there. Head in his hands. Saif Hassan thought he had his man. There have been a couple of close calls for Nikin Jose. Rahul Asher and Lyndon Hannibal, the 2 on-field umpires, officiating this semi-final.
Good ball, Saifi, good ball.
Easy single.
Good bowling.
Now the important part here to remember for the India A batters is that you cannot take this Bangladesh A side lightly, especially this unit, as I said before, has scored 300 plus totals. It's got past 300 twice. Once in a losing cause when they were chasing, when Sri Lanka A got a mammoth 349, they got 301 in that contest. And then against Afghanistan A, they got 308 on the board while batting first.
Let's
take a look at that appeal once again.
That ball has to travel at least a few meters there.
More runs here, and they'll come back for 2, and that's all that they'll get. So that's the end of the over. 17 gone. It's 68 for 1. Four overs for Saif Hassan. The Bangladeshi captain is given away 15, going at under 4 and over as far as his economy rate is concerned. But these two now trying to stitch together a partnership. India A, remember, lost that first wicket out of Sai Sudarshan with the score reading 29 in this semi-final. They'd like to get some big runs on the board, just like what Pakistan A did against Sri Lanka A. Remember, they got 322 in that day game at the Pisara Oval. That's going on at the moment. Sri Lanka A, in reply, 54 for 3. They were 1 for 1 when they started the chase. The Sri Lanka A side. But now, what's the thought process? You've got a right-hand, left-hand combination going. That should work well for India A if they're able to rotate strike here, because that will put more pressure on the bowling unit.
Both the batters are maneuvering really well. You need to look for those singles and doubles, not playing more dot balls here. That's what they're doing really well. That will put more pressure on the bowlers. Second wicket, 41 runs partnership.
And what will happen is, Vinay, that the bowler's got to adjust his line every time he's got a right-hander on strike. Then they take the single, the left-hander comes on, the switching of the field as well. It just keeps unsettling the fielding unit here.
With the bowler, fielders also has to change their field position. It will be little difficult for them to adjust every ball, so that will put the more pressure on bowler as well as fielder.
No run on this occasion, but Nikin Jose has survived a couple of close calls. This was against the left arm. With the ball turning away, he looked a little susceptible. And then that leg before appeal as well of the bowling of Saif Hassan. Imperiously driven there. And that will be 4. That was imperious from Abhishek Sharma. The fluent cover drive. What a shot for a boundary.
This time length was a bit fuller. Nicely driven by Abhishek Sharma for 4 runs here.
The full flourish of the blade. That's going to be wide, down leg, this turn. And that should interest the India A spinners as well. The odd delivery is kept low. And now the ball is beginning to grip and turn sharply. Played late. And that's going to be the end of the 18th over. It's 75 for 1 India A. And it's also time for a drinks break.
gone. Hold him. Hammers that. It's in the gap.
Sir, Jadeja to play today.
अच्छा तलवार की तरह बैट चलाने के लिए कि जलेबी की तरह बॉल घुमाने के लिए, रन रोकने के लिए कि विकेट ठोकने के लिए?
पता नहीं सर.
तो पता करना.
क्रिकेट के दीवाने सिर्फ स्कोर नहीं पूछते, इसीलिए हम उन्हें देते हैं पूरी खबर. ESPN Cricket स्कोर से lot more.
Ladies and gentlemen, roll out the red carpet, put the bubbly on ice.
Global Esports, they've got no other choice than to take this fight. A lot of chaos, a lot of ruckus has already been caused through this fight.
The biggest battleground just got bigger. Watch BGMI Master Series Season 2 starts 4th August.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL returns with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me?
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly.
Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
अरे विराट का 4.
अच्छा, वैसे गन की गोली वाला 4 था या भगा के थकाने वाला 4? लोगों की तालियों वाला 4 या विराट की गालियों वाला 4?
पता नहीं डूड.
तो पता करना.
क्रिकेट के दीवाने सिर्फ स्कोर नहीं पूछते, इसीलिए हम उन्हें देते हैं पूरी खबर. ESPN Cricket स्कोर से lot more.
Most incredible ICC World Cup.
But now a partnership being stitched together for the second wicket. Left-hand, right-hand combination working well for India A here in the semi-final. While we are at the business end of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup, there's of course the main draw, the Asia Cup 2023, which gets underway from the 30th of August. In Group A, India, Pakistan and Nepal have been drawn in that group, while Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan are in Group B, with the top 2 teams from each group qualifying for the Super Fours. So there's going to be a lot of action across the matches played in the Asia Cup, which starts from the 30th of August, and matches in Pakistan and in Sri Lanka. Those are the first round fixtures. The campaign for Pakistan begins on the opening day against Nepal, and that match to be played in Multan. But watch out for the 4th of September, that's India versus Nepal. But before that, on the 2nd of September, it's India versus Pakistan at Kandy in Sri Lanka. So interesting matches lined up, lots of action in the initial group stages. And of course, as the teams progress through to the Super Fours, you'll have the possibility of that arch rivalry undergoing another metamorphosis. But this is a wicket here, and Nikin Jose will have to go back to the hut. The off spinner accounting for Nikin Jose. Saif Hassan gets his man finally. The up is shot straight to mid wicket.
It's a soft dismissal here. Nikin Jose couldn't keep the ball along the ground. Easy catch for Zakir.
And he's gone for 17. India A now 75 for 2.
Come on, boys. Come on, Saifi. Come on, guys. Come on, boys.
The India A captain, Yash Dhul, walks out into the middle.
Shabash, Saifi.
One of 2 centurions for India A in this edition of the tournament.
Come on, boys.
Got a 108 in the opening game. Unbeaten knock. Batting at number 4 against the UAE A team. He's coming to bat here. Look at his numbers. 320 runs in list A, averaging 40. And he's come in at a crucial juncture. Just when you thought there was a partnership building for India A, right after the drinks break, the first ball of a fresh over and a wicket falls. And at times that just highlights how important it is to keep your concentration going, especially after you're coming back from a break.
That is very important. You need to focus each and every ball here. Bit a loose shot from Nikin Jose.
Good bowling, Saif.
Well, the captain gets off the mark with that single. Confident drive to long on. But Nikin Jose out for 17. Got a half century in the previous match. Got a 41 did Nikin Jose against the UAE A side. So that's a big wicket to get the number 3 batter out cheaply today.
Whenever spinners bowl bit slower, there you can see that turn and bounce. The ball is not coming to the bat. That is one note Indian spinner can take from this innings.
Good bowling.
Yes, but again, the right-hand, left-hand combination continuing for India A. And it's the captain and the vice-captain who are out there in the middle now. The experienced duo. Abhishek Sharma is taken his time. 58 deliveries for the 32 that he's got. So he's got his stroke playing instinct to some extent. You get a feeling now, realizing the importance of him staying at the crease. A wicket taking over from Saif Hassan. They've got a single off the last ball. That misfield will allow a run where there shouldn't have been any. And the bowler's not going to be happy, especially because he's the captain as well. So 19 gone, 77 for 2. Just on the pad line there from Rakibul. But overall, the Bangladesh A bowlers haven't allowed the in-form India batters to take the game away from them. 7 boundaries so far in the innings. There's that 6 that Abhishek Sharma had struck as well.
20th over in progress. They're able to score only 7 boundaries here. That shows how good they're bowling. There are 68 dot balls, 35 singles here for India A.
Here's the 7 boundary shots, 6 boundaries and a 6. Single taken. 68 dot deliveries was the highlight, really. If one were to look at the breakdown of how they've scored their runs, India A in this innings, 68 dot deliveries. That's over 11 overs. And we're just in the 20th over. And that's an area where you've got to give credit to Bangladesh A. They've tightened the screws, made sure that there's some pressure that's building up on the India A batting lineup. Some conversation there between the on-field umpire and the captain.
As a fielding unit, they were a bit aggressive. That is one of the reasons they're able to bowl really well in this match.
Late. But they do have a fielder at short third.
From the word go, you can see the kind of aggression they're showing. That will help them to bring the best out of them as a bowler.
For Abhishek Sharma, they've got 3 boundary riders on the leg side. Fine leg, deep square and long on. And he takes on the boundary rider. Will he get the distance? No, he won't. In fact, he'll hold out there to long off. Playing on his patience. And finally, they reap the reward. Rakibul gets his man and Abhishek Sharma will have to go back to the hut.
Abhishek Sharma couldn't convert his start. Again, he tried to go for a big one here. Couldn't connect it nicely. Bat turned in his hand. That was the reason he didn't able to hit the big six here.
But they've played on his patience, and look at the aggression. Look at what this wicket means to Rocky Bull. They've got the set batter out. Abhishek Sharma gone for 34. India A 79 for 3 now. Again, not allowing those easy boundaries to the India A batters, resulting in the fall of the previous wicket. Abhishek Sharma heading back to the hut, while Nishant Sindhu walks out into the middle at number 5. Another left-hander being sent up the order, just trying to make sure that they keep that left-hand, right-hand combination going.
He is a very good all-rounder. Remember, under 19 World Cup finals, he scored those valuable 50. That means he'll be ready to play in a big games, and he wants those kind of challenges. That shows how good a player here.
And this is the reason why he's here. Again, losing shape while trying to hit that big shot. Abhishek Sharma, again, not the best choice of shots in that situation. And again, he was looking for the boundaries. He wasn't getting them. Tried to force the issue. And Rocky Bull finally reaping reward. Playing with a straight bat now. A wicket taking over has finally come to an end. 20 gone. 79 for 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, roll out the red carpet. Put the bubbly on ice.
Global Esports, they've got no other choice than to take this fight. A lot of chaos, a lot of ruckus has already been caused through this fight.
The biggest battleground just got bigger. Watch BGMI Master Series Season 2 starts 4th August. Watch the ACC Men's Emerging Teams Asia Cup Final 23rd July at 2 p.m. Live only on the Star Sports Network.
We've been together in these sticky situations for the India side, the Under-19 World Cup Final you were referring to a little while ago, Vinay. Of course, where Nishant Sindhu got a handy half-century. Yash Tolo, the captain of the India Under-19 team there, that won the title in 2022. It was last year. The reason why Nishant Sindhu's had to walk out into the middle is because Abhishek Sharma perished in this fashion.
Couldn't get that elevation to hit the big one here. Bat turned in his hand. That was one of the reasons he couldn't clear that boundary line.
Look at the reaction of Rocky Bull. Clearly tells you how pumped up this Bangladesh A side are for this contest, for this semi-final. They'd like to make it to back-to-back finals, remember, of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup. The side made the finals in the last edition in 2019, where they pipped to the post by Pakistan, who won the title in the previous edition of the Emerging Teams Asia Cup.
They are a very good side. Whenever they play against India, you get to see this kind of aggression. They know against India you need to play your A game. Then only you can upset them. They're ready for it and they're delivering for the team.
No freebies here. No easy runs. That's the idea. Little uppish. There is a man at long off. Just for a moment I thought he would have been in the hunt, but the ball falling well short.
The plan was clear. Go over covers. Couldn't time it nicely, but There was no damage. Got was 1 run. You can see that he didn't go and pitch off the ball.
Good boy, good boy.
Yash Dole gets another single. He hasn't been dismissed in this edition of the tournament, Yash Dole. This is the 4th match. He's batting for the 3rd time in this tournament. Batted in the opening game where he got an unbeaten 108. Then that game against Pakistan A, again remained unbeaten. Yash Dole got a 21 odd in that match. Cut away. Just another single for Nishant. And that'll end over number 21. It's 83 for 3.
After 21, no? করো করো করতে পারো তোর ইচ্ছা পুরোটা দাদা
India A have a lot of work to do here. 83 for 3 after 21 overs. They lost both the openers and Nikin Jose, who bats at number 3. And some consolidation will be the right course of action for India A from these two here. Yes, Dul, the skipper, is batting on 4. Sindhu is batting on 2. Yes, Dul, a confident young man, likes to get a move on, likes to be busy, always looks to get runs of just about every ball that he faces. But this is a situation where it requires a little bit of common sense and cricket acumen. Turn and jump for Rakibul. He was involved in a good partnership in the Youth World Cup final with the skipper, which means Nishant Sindhu can bat a bit and then too under pressure, but poor judgment of length on that occasion.
Credit to the Bangladeshi bowlers, keeping it tight, not giving the width or the lengths to play around with. You mentioned Yashdul likes to move on, carry on, and when you're not allowed by some accurate bowling to do that, you might tend to get frustrated. So this is a test of temperament here.
Yeah, that is why the knockout phase can always produce unexpected results, because anything can happen. A couple of mistakes on the wrong day could undo all the good work you've done getting here. 78 dot balls played so far. That's quite a lot.
That tells you how accurate the bowling has been. Now that's a good move. Brought in the slip into position for Doe.
Right on the pass, that is missing leg. It went on with the arm and the impact was way out to the leg stump. Good delivery to end the over. 84 for 3, India A. This is the batting card of India A. They were put into bat by Bangladesh. They lost the wickets of Sudarshan, Abhishek Sharma and Nikin Jose. And it is up to the skipper now to lend some consolidation and also to take them to more than a respectable score here. Because Bangladesh have got past the 300 mark on 2 occasions in this competition.
It's the accuracy of the bowling, the support from the field that's really have worked in containment. Now he's trying to throw his bat. He's trying to take the attack back to the bowlers. But tell you what, it's not the perfect time. Let's have a look at that. Just angled down the leg side.
Rakibul is convinced that he had the ban. And again, that's what young bowlers do. They tend to think whenever they appeal, they'll get a wicket, but that was not to be.
Good Saifi.
Saif Hassan has done a good job here, Shamim. Not bad at all for a gamble, as you thought it might
Good bowling,
be.
good bowling.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, I must say, WV, that when he was brought in, he hasn't got that fantastic credentials as far as taking wickets. And then that bold move, reading the game is so very important.
Down the ground, and he's found the gap this time. No, it'll be cut off. He did go over the infield there. He'll go back for the second. Some intent shown here by Sindhu.
Some intent, but somehow I feel a little enforced. That trying to get a move on. It did manage to get it over the top. Just look at this. Off balance. Inside out shot, always very difficult.
The only thing was that he was playing with the turn. Another good over from Hassan comes to an end. 86 for 3, India A.
Come on, boys. Come on, Akib. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
In the other semi-final featuring Sri Lanka and Pakistan, Pakistan got 322, and there's been a recovery of sorts from the Sri Lankan innings. 89 for 3. They were 22 for 2 out here at the Premadasa. India have got a fight on their hands, and a good boundary this for the Indian skipper. Cut away nicely.
It was indeed just a tad short, just a little bit of it. That was an off and just very quickly on the shot. Look at him, just adjusting that length of when he hit the ball and made sure it played it behind point. No chance for any of the fielders to get bat speed. Very, very quick. So making that bat speed come to his help in terms of not getting the pace from the bowlers. You've got to manufacture the shots.
It is in the air, but will fetch him a single.
Living dangerously on that occasion. Just sort of half-hearted chip. He didn't really go full flourish with the bat. Look at this. In the air, luckily. No takers. Falls in no man's land.
Looking to go big is Sindhu. As he got the distance, the fielder's coming underneath it, and he snapped up. Rakibul claims another wicket here. The 4th wicket falling for India A.
Tremendous bowling here by Rakibul Hassan. We saw one in the air earlier from Dole, but this time Sindhu trying to take the attack back to Rakibul. Just getting a little bogged down. It was playing on his mind. He was trying to hit his way out of trouble, but immediately landed into trouble. Just couldn't latch on to that. Couldn't get the timing. Didn't get the distance. Got the height and was very, very well judged. Look at that. Never easy when the boundary ropes are just behind you. He has to take that long walk back. And India in a spot of bother now with their 4th wicket down. This is Nishant Sindhu gone caught by Zakir of the bowling of Rakibul. And they are now 91 for 4.
জয় 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 স্ট্যাম্পে করতে করা ডিফিকাল্ট হয়ে যাবে তখন বল যদি স্ট্যাম্পে না করে আউটের চান্স অনেক কম বল স্ট্যাম্পে না করলে আউটের চান্স অনেক কম এমনি মনে হয় ঠিক আছে
Rian Parag walks out to bat at the fall of the 4th wicket for India A. Rakibul doing a good job here for Bangladesh A. He's picked up 2 wickets, and incidentally both those wickets have been of the left-handed batters. Abhishek Sharma was the first and the second is Sindhu. It was too full for him to get the distance. That's the reason he holed out.
Good bowling, good bowling.
And look at the lines that he's bowling, stump to stump line. making the ball deviate at times. That's what is creating the doubt in the batters' minds.
Yeah, even when he reached for that, I just felt that he did not have it in his arc to have that control. The end of another wicket taking over. 24 done, 91 for 4.
Come on, guys, come on!
24 overs have been bowled and India A are really in a spot of bother now. 91 for 4. Yes, Dhul and Riyan Parag are out in the middle, and a lot of work has to be done by these two. They have the ability, they have the experience, but it's all about overcoming the pressure which has been built up by the Bangladesh bowlers. Perform as well as he's doing in his bowling.
Good bowling. Wait on.
Accuracy has been the forte with all the bowlers on view. Built the pressure. Trevor, look at this. You want to talk about that?
Last ball of the previous over, he was reaching out to try and see if he can maneuver the ball, but the extra bounce made Riyan Parag just check his shot. Completely deceived, and that's what Rakibul has been doing.
Good bowling, good
And
bowling.
Saif Hassan from the other end, he's also doing a good job here by not really giving any width at all.
And he started off giving the ball a lot of air. Now see the reading of the game that he's done so very well. Seems to be zipping them through quicker now.
And no matter what he does, what he's done well is that he's bowled a very consistent line. He's got 3 boundary riders on the onside, so he's bowled a stump-to-stump line. Riyan Parag has got around 1300 runs, averaging 37.37. That should be a lot better for somebody who's played 42 games.
It's going to be a whole lot of pressure, understandably, with the situation India A are in at the moment. 92 for 4. Saif Hassan bowling according to what is required. See the field settings, he's comfortable with it, and he's got a new man on strike.
It's a tough situation for Riyan Parag. He gets to the mark. He's not had much in time as far as batting is concerned. He's of course bowled quite a few overs in the earlier games, but the batsmen of India A haven't had game time at all. That could really test them here in a tense situation, in a knockout game, and when the side has not really got runs quickly enough.
Very good point, WB, because if you're winning games easily in the first segment of the tournament and your middle order particularly is not tested, and suddenly you find yourself 4 down and Parag comes in, he won't be too happy with the way he's going to face. But he's done well, I think, in getting off the mark. Another single to finish over number 25, halfway through the innings. It's 4-4.
Brilliantly punched.
Another boundary here.
Oh, he's gone again. Very, very well played. That's gone. Hold him. Hammer that. It's in the back.
India A 94 for 4. They lost their first wicket on 29, and then there was a partnership between Abhishek Sharma and Nitin Jose. Then they lost 2 wickets back to back, and then the 4th wicket fell on 91. So it's a battle for them here. Things are not easy. The Bangladeshi bowlers have had a stranglehold on the Indian batters here, and with the pitch aiding the spinners and the boundaries being long, even the big hits are not an option. The fall of last 2 wickets would have made the Indian batters realize that big hits can't come in thick and fast. They need to work the ball around like Parag did.
Yeah, absolutely. Rotation of the strike is imperative here. And they've done well in that regard. I still feel that the pressure is on. More often than not, on 2 occasions we saw batters getting out, trying to get out of trouble with big shots, holding out into the deep. And there's a fielder now coming in to that mid-on area within the 30-yard circle. Few adjustments always being made by Saif Hassan.
It's a good move, this.
Good bowling.
Getting the mid-on inside the circle. But Parag works the ball around and picks up a single. Dhul has had a couple of knocks and he's been out in the middle. He played a cameo in the last innings as well against Pakistan, and he's had 100 as well in the tournament. Short extra coming in place for Dhul.
Yeah, Shoma Sharkar there, tall guy, and also the mid-wicket. Now, see a lot of hand waving going on. Short extra has gone a little more like a short cover.
What this field is going to make Dhul think of is to open the face of the bat and play, and therein lies the chance of him playing inside the line and making a mistake, especially with the ball deviating off the surface. He would have been better served, Rakibul, if he had a slip in place, if they're looking for Dhul to play inside the line and improvise.
Somehow I feel WV that he's not going to try and improvise too much. There's always an element of risk, but that is a better option. He's just waiting and with deft touch, use whatever pace is being offered to you, play the ball into the deep, get a couple of runs, keep the scoreboard rotating.
Yeah, the thing is that he's only the turn slightly end square, and if he looks to play towards point, then he's got to open the face of the bat unless it's a blank short ball.
What he's done very well, Rakibul, is just cramp the batter for space. It's pretty much leg down, leg, and it's not really allowing you to free your arms.
Good ball to end the over. 4 runs coming of it. The 7th for Rakibul, and India 98 for 4. That's how the partnerships have been in this Indian innings. Could have been worse, it could have been better. Nicely played away. That will be picked up by the fielder out in the deep. Saif Hassan looks like he's going to complete his quota of overs in one go.
I don't blame him. I think he'll be pretty happy with taking the wicket, just giving away 26 runs into his 9th over. It's been very, very accurate bowling, sensible bowling.
Good bowling, good bowling.
He must have dreamt of such figures, but they become a reality at the Premadasa Stadium.
You never know what's waiting around the corner for you as a cricketer. It is also a very great level at this wonderful game of cricket.
Using his feet, doesn't get hold of it properly. Yes, Dhul, but that will bring up the 100 of the innings. They come back for the second. This is what happens when the ball deviates of the surface. It will always go squarer than where the batter intends.
You don't get a feeling that you're not getting to the pitch of the ball to have control. 72, the second 72 balls it's taken. Got a little quicker, but been losing wickets. That has been the problem for the India A team.
This over, he's been drifting more towards the side. He was playing stump to stump line. He was keeping it around the off and middle. But this over, there's a distinct shift in his line.
Once again, tired fingers just cannot keep that strength going, particularly if you're not a regular bowler who bowls all the 10 overs in a 50-over match. But he's led well from the front, that's for sure.
He's also got a man where the square leg umpire might have been, and that's also perhaps forcing him to shift his line. He used to have it much finer, that fielder,
Very good going.
but this change in the field has made him shift his line. The last ball coming up here. And Saif Hassan in control of everything out there. 102 for 4, India A.
Come on boys, come on boys. সাতটা হইছে কিন্তু রাকিবুলের।
Shak Mahdi, look at the economy rate, 3.6, and Mondal 4.33. And it's been spinners doing a great job for Bangladesh A side. Mondal and Tanzim did well as well. With a newer ball, harder ball, they were really good. They worked up some pace.
This is a bigger ground in terms of dimensions. You know, the Pisara or the SSC, CCC that we played on, that would have been a 4. He thought was, but it was good commitment shown there, just flicking the ball back. And Sheikh Mehdi did very well.
Obviously, the bowler had taken the pace of the ball. That's the reason he did not travel fast enough. And that is something that Abhishek Sharma did not discern.
Yeah, it's just a short-arm punch, wasn't it? It was timed pretty well, but also not really.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. সাতটা হইছে কিন্তু রাকিবুলের
Sheikh Mehdi, look at the economy rate, 3.6 and Mondal 4.33. And it's been spinners doing a great job for Bangladesh A side. Mondal and Tanzim did well as well. With a new ball, harder ball, they were really good. They worked up some pace.
This is a bit.
Definitely got a send-off from Tanzim. Tanzim's got 9 at number 3 for India A versus Nepal. Just to try and give the middle order some more time in the middle. Vice captain of the India under-19 team in that 2020 World Cup, the under-19 World Cup that was. Look at Ryan Parag's dismissal.
Not at all required this kind of big shot here, because you know the situation of the match. They have to stitch a partnership here, taking that high risk one. I didn't understand what was going in his mind.
Definitely got a send-off from Tanzim. Again the slower one, the change up from Tanzim. Now look at, we made this point about Ryan Parag not using his feet and getting to the pitch of the ball. And you look at that dismissal for Ryan Parag again. It was a slower delivery, all right. Look at that, how far away it is from the stumps end. And how far away it is from the batsman. The feet go nowhere. He's just reaching for the ball.
He wanted to go over, covers mid-off.
In the end, just dragged it back onto his stumps. Well, the single will end the over. 32 gone, 120 for 5.
Saif, he's playing for us. Yes, he's giving so many dodge balls, making our life easy.
What will disappoint the India A batters is that a lot of them got starts. 21 for Sai Sudarshan. Abhishek Sharma would be very disappointed. Was there for a long time. 63 deliveries faced for his 34. And then he gave his wicket away. That would disappoint. Nikin Jose, similar story. 17 of 29 for him.
Come on, boys!
The top order not firing today for the India A side.
There was some great ploy from Bangladeshi bowlers. You need to understand as a batsman what bowler is thinking, what the captain is thinking. If they're coming at you a bit aggressively, you need to be a little calm down, understand why they're doing that. There's no point of going head on. So a little bit of sensible batting would have helped Indian batters to score better in this match.
A credit to the way they've bowled. The slow bowlers have definitely got the chains on the India A batters. Rakibul, the left arm spinner, bowling very well, picking up those 2 wickets. Sheikh Mehdi, who'd started proceedings off, he's been very economical, bowled in the power play, remember, with the new ball, did not give away too many boundary balls. Now, was there an inside edge there? No, there wasn't. It's straight on the pad. That's another wicket. Sheikh Mehdi gets Dhruv Jural out leg before.
This one turned into the batter. Looks very close there. Great bowling display from Mehendi.
And it's a body blow for India. Dhruv Jurel, he's gone for 121 for 6 now.
নেন ইয়ে আসো নাইম আসো এই এদিকে ঘুর সাকিব এদিকে আয় বাবা নাকি টাইম বেরো ওটা আচ্ছা তুমি থাকো রাকিবুল যাও থ্যাংক ইউ রাকিবুল
Harshit Rana walks out into the middle.
এটা উপরে
His
নিও নাকি
primary function so far in this tournament has been using the new ball effectively while bowling for the side. Now he's got to try and contribute with the bat and get some runs on the board. And most importantly, India A need to look to bat the full 50 overs. We're just in the 33rd over and more than half the side is back in the hut.
Good bowling. Come on lads, come on boys.
Looks like he can bat. Recently concluded Dulip Trophy.
না করেন ভাই সাকিব
He scored 100.
তারপরে রাকিবরে দিয়েন
The reason why he's here is because of this. Ball pitched and turned back in sharply.
ধরো মেহেদি
Caught Dhruv Jurel plumb in front.
শাবাশ বয়স এখান থেকে
I feel sorry for Yashdol. He's helpless, standing in the other end and just watching what's happening.
Now, the key question here is, was there any inside edge
ধরো
on
মেহেদি
the pad? Well, the umpire didn't think so. That's what mattered. 33 gone. A wicket-taking overs come to an end. It's 121 for 6.
Come on guys, come on.
17 overs still left in the innings, but India A are already 6 down, more than half the side back in the hut. It's all on Yash Dhol now. Can he bat the full 50? Can he ensure that India A don't get bowled out? He got a big 100 in that opening game against the UAE A side. They were 41 for 2 India A in that run chase. When he came out to bat, took his time initially and then opened up and played a wide array of shots.
He's a very good batsman, there is no doubt in that. In this innings, if you see the way he is playing with that maturity. This is the beautiful shot where he scored that 100. Yashdol, his team really or badly want him to perform the similar way here. 4 matches, 154 runs in this series. Well played, Rana. You can see that while the previous ball, when Yashdol was taking that single, in between he was talking to Rana, he was telling that you be with me. Let's India here.
I think what's important is maturity that he shows when he bats. Yashdol seems to be in control, gauges the situation very well. He tried to unsettle the bowler here. If you look at what Yashdol was trying to do, he just came down the track a little. Just trying to unsettle the length at which Saqib's consistently pitching the ball.
Only another 7 overs. See, this is what he was doing to unsettle the bowler, because after 7 overs there will be one more fielder outside boundary rider. So till 40 overs there will be only 4 fielders outside 30 yard. He wants to make use of full of it.
Should be a single on offer and takes that easily, does Yashdol. And that's one of the reasons why, again, coming back to that point when he came down the track and tried to work that one away on the onside a couple of deliveries ago, because fine leg was up inside the 30-yard circle. So just highlighting that point there. Till the 40th over, you're only allowed 4 boundary riders outside the 30-yard circle from over number 41 to 50, you'll have 5. So the option of finding those boundaries may be a little more difficult with the extra boundary rider out on the ropes. But again, it's just about mixing caution with aggression. You've got to make sure that you take the game deep. You can't afford to lose another wicket here. Yash Dhol cannot afford to lose his wicket here. India A can't afford that.
Lot depend on Yash Dhol here. They need to score minimum of 230 to 240.
They'll end the over. 34 gone, 124 for 6.
রাকিব কথা বলিস মাঠে, তুই বাইরে যাইস না, তুই মাঠে থাক, তুই মাঠে থাক। এই সাইদ ভাই, রাকিবুল বাইরে দিয়েন না, ওরা ভিতরে ফিল্ডিং করেন, ও চাটবে ওদেরকে।
In the other semi-final, Pakistani, remember, had put 322 on the board. Sri Lanka in reply, just lost the wicket of Avishka Fernando, falling short of his 100. 161 for 4, chasing 323.
Yes, yes,
And if Pakistan go on and win that match, they'd be making it just to the final of this tournament, back-to-back editions. They'd won it back in 2019. If Bangladesh A can pull off a big win here against India A, then it might well be the repeat of the final that happened in 2019, when it was Pakistan and Bangladesh.
Good boys, very good boys.
Definitely Bangladesh having the upper end now. The way their spinners are bowling, Sheikh Mehdi, kind of fill set they have. There is on short square leg and short mid wicket to stop the easy singles. They're not giving any easy Bs here for Indian batters. Outstanding bowling display.
I think it all depends on Yash Dhol. It's all on his shoulders now.
Come on, boys.
He's got to keep that one end up. Make sure he doesn't and then hope for some support from the other end.
Well, Indian lower order can bat, but Yash Dhol staying there is very important. He can play around with other low order batters.
Yes, boy, yes, buddy.
Harshit Rana. Yes, he got a few runs, didn't he? Got that 122 against Northeast in the Duleep Trophy. Evo doesn't connect well, but he'll come back for the second run. Puts in the long strides. He's a tall lad. Makes it quite easily in the end. 35 gone. 127 for 6. It's the first time in this tournament that the middle order has been put under the pump. More often than not, in the earlier 3 games that India A played, they were chasing and the top order got the runs. But the only bright spark for India A at the moment is that Yash Dhol is still at the crease. The captain batting on 27 of 42, again playing a responsible innings. He's curbed his stroke-making instincts. He's just struck 2 boundaries. He's realized this is a different surface. It's a different attack. And these are absolutely different circumstances under which he's got to bat. Kripal Mondal is coming back for another spell. Bowled 3 overs just 13. Didn't pick up a wicket.